Hello, my name is Lucas Markovich, and this is my type specimen. So, let's go. The beginning, from the start of the course, I was interested in what we were going to do for this course. Then I was told that I will be creating a font, a typeface from scratch. Honestly, this was interesting because I have never ever made a typeface in my life, and there was like different kinds of ways I can do this. At first, I didn't know what I was going to do for this. Do for this for the 4 months of creating this new font. But at the same time, I was happy to do something different from trying my best when designing the font, what I was hoping to achieve in making a font that I'm happy with and that I tried my best in creating. I know that this is just the beginning, but I know that I can do it during COVID. I need to stay focused designing and also of what route that I want to take creating this new font. Well, here's my story. Taking the first step. How would I say? Taking for the first step that I needed to do for the font is make. I wanted to make these for the project. So the first step I needed to do font I wanted to make for these projects, deciding on what font I want to make. There was so many design choices and routes that I could have taken. Then I decided to pick three fonts. Well, taken, and then I decided to pick three fonts out of my out of my mind. From this point, I started to kind of think of what I was missing when making the font. From this like I don't know, I kind of went nuts with this. Then from this, so many fights, arguments, and each font like fighting with like which one was better, which had better qualities, which didn't, and like arguing with that. So I decided on making something interesting but unique to me. So I started to do some research on the font that I wish to make. Then from this, I created a mood board that will express my idea and my font. On to the next page. What is my font? So my font is cheerful, bold, relaxed, gentle, happy, calm, bright. There's a lot of things I can't say about my font. It's kind of not wise. Some word I can't say. Aggressive, cooperative, romantic, or serious. But honestly, I wanted to pick these words because I just wanted to make a font that everyone liked. So with the research, I started doing research on the font concept that I wanted to make. So I looked over similar designs and fonts to the concept. Sorry, I found how to make my font unique and interesting. From this point, I started to make some sketches for the font and that I'm creating from my mind. Also for the research, I made a mood board of the fonts that were inspiration in my font in making my font. So some blue fonts, kind of what appealed to me as a child. Sketching. How do I say about this? Sketching to me, I went through so many papers, so many. When sketching this, I wanted to make a kind of like a balloon font that appealed to me and like could be used at parties, like birthday cards or something else. Um, so for the alphabet, I kind of went over so many times. I kind of saw what I needed, what work that I had to do, what changes. So this is just the beginning. This is just the groundwork on what I was trying to make, and I can say that I'm happy on the ability I drew these designs. Moving on to moving the design to a digital stage. Oh my god, where do I start in this? Honestly, I was kind of weirded or scared, or I don't know the emotion I would say when I was told or the assignment was about this. So there was a lot to think about and stuff. Like now it's the time to like move to the next step of design my font into a digital font, like from sketches to a digital font. I needed to focus on what letters are going to be take like the most time, so I had to plan this out in some sort of way fitting my schedule. When I was designing the alphabet for the font, some letters like W and U for both uppercase and lowercase were hard to make, but also needed to be fixed, like the shape, the curves, and also these letters was to find a sweet spot. When I was going through my phone, when I was finished, I needed to make some changes in some of the letter forms like R and many others. Overall, I was happy in creating this font, and the time that I took during COVID, and the time that I took during COVID, I would say that I learned what not to do for a font, and then what to do for a font. And like I'm saying, I knew that trying my best making this font, but I also think I could have done a little bit better if I had the time. Oh, went back to the wrong one. Digital version. So for the second assignment, there was three variations. I kind of did this variation to show off how I should have put instead of the outline, but the color inside it. To me, this is like funny, but like this is just like it's just the beginning on how the font was supposed to be. I try and like the time of my unsteady hand, like my God, that I needed to change a lot of some of these designs from the lowercase. The final design. Now that my font is done, I honestly say and feel that I could have done a little bit better on the font itself. I could have made the shapes and outline, the lines of the letter forms and letters better than the original. That I could be more organized with the design of the font as well. But overall, even though I could have done better, I was also happy that I got to do something else that actually gave me the reason why fonts take long, but I understand how like it takes time and like they put their heart and souls in making these fonts. The thing that I can say that I can improve is organizing my files and layouts for this assignment, and also making better outlines of the letter forms. So yeah, so this is my final font. As you see, I can do better. This is just the beginning on doing this font. This is not the end. I will one day put this in my portfolio piece and probably one day make this into a font. Who knows? Final type name. So with the final type name, I went with Balloon Life, just because it brings nostalgia back as a kid and fantasizing balloons. Because kind of as a kid, I wanted to have a lot of balloons, and so you can like pop them and suck the helium out and get the fun, and to get the funny voice. Um, is named that because I wanted to make a type also that was fun to use and to be used to show off their designs. One more thing is, as I say, it's like as a kid looking at the balloon letters, I was always interested in them and how they were made, and also doing the funny voices. Overall, I can say that I'm happy with the name as well as the work that I put in. My final thoughts slash final design. My final thoughts on the final design is that I'm happy with the outcome, and also that I could have done better. Also, it's like a 50-50 on it. For the final design of the type slash branding slash packaging parts as well, I worked as hard as I could I worked as hard as I could work to do this and managing the time for this assignment and others. So for the idea for my brand was up and away to show off the letter form in different ways to like, so I decided to do like a kind of like a weed slash cannabis company, which was up for me just to attract people. So I kind of did like weed packaging, edible packaging, advertising bags. Like when you come to the store, you buy and they give you a bag. So I wanted to do that, advertising like a billboard to show that we beat the competition, that our weed is better than everyone else. And like, yeah, honestly, my final like on other comments, I was interested in doing this font. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you all do well in your future careers. And thanks for listening to me. And Leslie, thank you for teaching me. I hope you all have a great day. This is Lucas signing off. Bye.